Let's face it, there is no such thing as perfection when it comes to humans. We make mistakes. However meticulous and detail-oriented we might be, mistakes are a part of life. Getting it right the first time is possible, yes, but unlikely. According to Daniel Dennett, a highly regarded cognitive scientist and philosopher, the refrain, "well, it seemed like a good idea at the time," should stand on the threshold of brilliance and be appreciated as a pillar of wisdom. Too much, you think? Maybe not. Any intelligent being should be able to make decisions, take actions forward, fail and/or succeed, and then reflect on it. If erring is human, learning from it is a simple matter of survival. In education, the idea of learning from your mistakes has now been one of those buzz phrases for some time. With every good reason, one might argue. Research and informal reports from passionate practitioners show that students should have a growth mindset that allows them to see themselves and their studies as a continuous effort, as an act of persistence and grit. Undoubtedly, our job as educators has long shifted from delivery persons to inspirers. By fostering an environment of embracing failure, we are helping students think creatively and responsibly. This, and not a wealth of canned knowledge, is what leads them to become successful participants of the 21st century. Starting with students is fair, from their school days to having their names on their desks as contributors of the workforce. The path is long and fraught with curves. But what about the managerial sphere? How can leaders embrace a culture of accepting their mistakes and following a growth mindset? Here are some suggestions. Number 1, understand the difference between a mistake and lack of professionalism. In celebrating failure, the power of taking risks, making mistakes, and thinking big, author Ralph Heath argues that bold mistakes, the ones that come from taking risks, are the ones that lead us to greatness. Heath says that failing to do your job professionally, such as sending a letter with typos because no spell check was used, or not keeping deadlines for lack of time management, aren't seen as opportunities of growth, but unprofessionalism. Number 2, learn from the past and the present. According to authors Francesca Gino and Gary P. Pisano, we all have certain theories, models, principles, and rules of thumb that guide our actions. Most of the decisions we make are influenced by them, and we might not even notice how. While learning new ideas and drawing conclusions from personal experiences are one way to update theories and make changes to our practice. The authors say that a conscious effort to challenge our assumptions and models comes as a result of failure. It's like learning how to ride a bicycle. You fall, you try different approaches again and again until you take off with confidence. Many well-known executives in the business world report having reflected upon their failures to learn lessons that eventually led them to success. Take Steve Jobs as an example. Number 3, create an environment where mistakes are not frowned upon. Employees must feel aware that making mistakes is okay and can help them achieve their goals. They need a safe environment where this attitude is not only communicated but modeled by their leaders. Heath tells us that leaders are usually the ones to make more visible mistakes, since they involve more witnesses and possibly large amounts of money. Their power also allows them to conceal those mistakes, which Heath believes is wrong. Sending a message to the organization that it's okay to fail when taking risks allows team members to feel secure and valued as individuals. Number 4, understand the people you work with and reinvent systems. Glenn Lopez, who is a successful leader and author, defends the idea that failure teaches you about who you can trust and depend upon. He discusses the value of rethinking the systems that are currently in place in order to recover from failed experiences. One strategy is to develop your people. Delegating with confidence and an understanding and acceptance of their mistakes can lead to a more united and stronger team. And more, Designing new best practices and models can help businesses acquire relationships and become more innovative. Number 5, build resilience. Professor and author Sidney Finkelstein describes resilience as the secret sauce that separates the highest achievers from the mass of people who are perfectly capable but not exceptional. Just like Gino and Pisano, Finkelstein discusses how overconfidence can lead to failure. His prescription? Being humble and open-minded. It is the best way to improve results, take risks, and embrace the new.